You're listening to High Frequency Healing on the Superpower App podcast, the show that explores the awakening of superpowers through higher dimensional healing.
Hello, this is AngelaMaría, one of the Superpower App hosts, and you are listening to High Frequency Healing Show. The only difference between where you are to where you want to be is the actions you take here and now to heal your life. Let's take a deep breath and be here and now. I invite you to enjoy this time together. So here we go. Let's welcome Keisha Luke to my show. We will be talking about chi manipulation through food. Keisha is culinary nutritionist, owner of Keisha Luke Nutrition and Catering. She is a wild woman in the kitchen. Keisha brings digestive restoration to your gut and digestive clarity to your mind and cupboards through the use of whole food nutrition in order to maintain optimal health and well-being. Please join me to welcome Keisha Luke. Hi, Keisha.
Hi, Angela. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. I was really looking forward to this interview because I love what you do. And in my work with people, I have realized how important and valuable is the food into all of this spiritual process. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Keisha, what's your healing superpower?
It is whole food nutrition.
Love it. We're going to talk more about that later on. But right now, I would like you to please take us back to your early years and name one memorable life lesson that is useful for you today in this that you do.
For sure. So I have a few life lessons, but something that really hits home for me, where my journey kind of began was literally being in and out of the hospital. So I was born premature and I had a weakened immune system. So meaning my immune system was underdeveloped, right? It didn't develop like a normal, let's say, a normal child would have because of the fact that I was premature. And with that came a lot of digestive gut ailments for me. So we're looking at acid reflux. It was harder for me to really digest foods, especially harder foods. And it was really difficult for me also to absorption of the proper minerals, nutrients, and vitamins from my actual foods. That was kind of the turning point. That was I guess you can say the beginning of such life lessons as to where I am today.
Wow. So I guess, and maybe I'm just going forward, but I guess you were able to heal yourself through what you're doing right now.
You got it. So it's all about being able to restore balance back into your body, right? So it was restoration for me. And that's what really brought me to where I am today, to be able to assist in healing myself, healing my gut, and be able to assist others in their digestive journey as well.
Oh my God, Keisha, I think we're going to enjoy this interview a lot because I love to talk and conversate with people that has gone through that experience, because that's important. It's not that you read it. It's not that somebody told you. You have been able to do it to yourself. And that, for me, is priceless. So where can people go to find out more about you, Keisha?
Yeah, so my website, www.keishaluke.com, as well as I'm on Instagram at Keisha Nutrition, and I have a Facebook page, Keisha Luke Nutrition and Catering, as well as Twitter at Keisha Luke.
We've been talking with Keisha Luke about chi manipulation through food. When we come back from this short break, we are going to talk more about her healing superpowers. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you here to change the world? Do you talk about things like vibration, frequency, awakening, and consciousness? Are you pretty sure you have superpowers? The Superpower Net is unlike normal coaching programs and conscious communities. We provide training, intuitive guidance, peer-to-peer learning, intensive one-on-one coaching, and a high vibrational network of people just like you. When you join the net, you get 24/7 access to a collaborative group of people who support you as you master your personal power and unlock your superpowers. If you're ready to use your superpowers to change the world, then join the Superpower Net today. Visit superpowerexperts.com/thenet to learn more.
We're back, and you're listening to High Frequency Healing Show. Today, we are talking with Keisha about chi manipulation through food. Keisha, I was mispronouncing your name. I'm sorry, Keisha. It sounds way better, Keisha, than what I said before, so I apologize.
It's okay. I hear it all the time. Keisha or Kesha. It's all good.
Okay. So, was there a burning bush moment that made your heart desire changing your path in life besides that experience you had in your early years? Or that experience was enough for you to say, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Angelita, that is a great question. You know what? No, I must say that I actually have gone through several journeys, and one of which was, besides me being premature when I was younger and all of that, going through that, about in my teens, about my late teenage years, early 20s, I was actually doing aesthetics. So I was an esthetician, and I did a lot, massage, I did, manis, pedis, all of that kind of stuff. And I'll never forget, it was actually the turning point for me was with one of my clients when she walked in, and I was doing a pedicure. And we were just talking about food, all of that stuff. Like, she was just asking me random questions about how to take care of her feet, how to make her feet more supple. Mm-hmm. And, I just gave her a few little pointers, and I spoke about it from a food standpoint, and, using, like, let's say, certain techniques such as castor oil and little things like that, and taking a vitamin E internally in her body in order to lubricate her joints and stuff. And she looked at me and she said, "You're in the wrong business." That's
what I was thinking.
Right? And I just kind of looked at her and I was like, what is this lady talking about, kind of thing, And then, of course, I started on my journey. I started with an intuitive advisor as well. And, I'll never forget, I was in between, you can say the aesthetics, as well as going to school and learning TCM, traditional Chinese medicines, herbals, all of that, alternative therapies and modalities, so reflexology, aromatherapy, all of that. And from there, everything just kind of bloomed. And I started to realize that a lot of people's ailments, yes, it's great to be able to work externally on your body to look good, but we really forget about the internal. And that's where healing begins and ends. It's all about the inside of your body.
Yes, because what is inside is outside.
Correct. Exactly. Whatever's manifesting inside, guess what? It's actually going to show up externally on your body. And of course, the largest organ, as we know, is your skin. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot where it shows up first and foremost, your skin and or your organs, various organs and or cells within your body.
Absolutely. Keisha, what does chi manipulation through food mean to you? Because I was thinking, I said, this is the title I really would like to have for this interview. And I would like to know, what does it mean for you?
I absolutely love that title because it does resonate with my soul. And what that truly means to me is high vibration. So high vibration foods. That's what that means to me.
Wow. And there is always, I always had before a problem with manipulation, because when I talk about manipulation, I was for some reason, maybe a past life experience, thinking there was something I was doing without my permission or without somebody else's permission. But really what we are talking here in manipulating energy is being able to put the energy in a different place where we can have more benefits, more energy. It's just changing. Manipulation is changing. Manipulation is changing the vibration with consciousness. It's not something that happened because, who knows what happened, now I'm feeling better. It's something that you do with an intention. And that's why I think this topic is really important, especially nowadays, with all of this boom of spirituality and connection and meditation and going to different dimensions. But I think that we need also at the same time turn the eyes back to your body, the body that is really allowing you to experience and live this human life.
Correct, 110%. And, as well, we sometimes think when we listen to the words, right, in which we use manipulation, sometimes it may have some people, the perception is it can have a negative connotation to it. However, in this case, when we're talking about chi, we are talking about your source of energy. That is your chi. Yes. Okay, and one of the biggest sources, as we know, is in our hands, our heart, our feet. There's so much. Whatever you exude, what you attract. You attract what you exude. Right? So with that being said, the manipulation here is actually being able to, and this is my personal perspective of this, of chi manipulation, it's actually being able to hone in back within yourself, back within your spirit, to be able to understand your purpose on this earth, to now be able to say, okay, you know what? This is what I'm meant to do on this earth. This is what's going to work for me. This is how I'm going to assist myself in order to now turn around and assist humanity.
Keisha, we need to write an article with those two approaches to chi manipulation, because I agree. I completely agree. And there is something else that you mentioned when I was reading your website that really caught my attention, and is that you bring digestive restoration to your gut and digestive clarity to your mind. And nowadays, we're talking a lot because depression and many other illnesses that people are dealing with right now is especially because they don't know how to clear their minds. They are always thinking, and not always what they are thinking are really feeding their soul. So how do you use this digestive restoration and clarity to your mind?
Yeah, great question. Clear the gut, heal the mind. That's what it's about. So something that I words, right? The words in which we use are very, very important here as well, because we are bringing, again, that we're raising the vibrational pattern within ourselves and humanity. So something that I like to express to people is the more in which you are able to excrete out of yourself. So we hold a lot of, and I don't know, pardon my French, we hold a lot of shit in ourselves, okay? Especially in our guts. And literally, it's literal feces that we are holding within our gut, also known as the large intestine. So what happens now when we have a backup, or when we are congested, when we are literally full of shit, it also causes confusion within the mind. It's actually interrelated. It's connected with your gut and your mind. Have you heard of the term when we say there's that gut feeling? I feel something, right? That's exactly what I'm going towards. It's that gut. So when you have more of a clearer gut, so what I mean by that is when you're detoxing, when you're cleansing, right? Whether it's a juice cleanse, whether it's a food cleanse, fasting, whatever it may look like for you. Even, let's say meditation, deep breaths. How many of us actually breathe today? We don't breathe. And all of these things actually assist when it comes to the chemical compositions within our body. It actually assists our digestive processes before we even put food into our mouths. And we forget about all of these things. So that's why I always express to people, clear your gut, heal the mind, because that's where you're going to get the most clarity. When your gut is congested, your mind will be congested. You'll have a foggy brain. You'll be confused. When you have a clear gut, you have a clear understanding, right? You're able to see more. And guess what? You also open yourself up to more awareness that's around you.
Oh, wow, Keisha. Wow. This is really, really insightful for me because now I am just making some connections. Some years ago, I had some problem with my colon. And, and it's so funny because since I was able to heal that, and I didn't have all the awareness that I have right now, and of course, with your input in this moment, I realized why once I was able to heal my colon, I have been able to get a higher connection, a stronger connection to who I am in my soul. Really, I am. And also connecting with more people who are in all of this spiritual journey, incarnating the divinity we already are. So it's very important because if we really want to incarnate the divinity, we need to take all of that shit out of our body. You don't want a divinity living in a shitty body.
That's right.
So I love it. I love it. There is another concept that I really love when I was reading your website that says, is your food harming or healing you? Could you expand that idea, please?
Yes. Is your food harming or healing you? Okay. So we have various types of food out there. Okay. We can talk about fast food. Fast food is still a type of food at the end of the day. Okay. Then we can get into, let's say foods that are deemed healthy or healthier as opposed to other types of foods. So again, the fast foods, the preservatives, the additives, all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Where that came from me is because when I was in university, I was a woman on the go. Okay. We have all these busy bees today. You're in the corporate world, you're working the 9 to 5 or even some people 9 to 9 or, 9 to 10, whatever it may look like. And at the end of the day, we're not necessarily conscious as to what we are feeding our bodies, what we're putting into our mouths. I express something. I say, why is it that a lot of us fuel our cars better than we fuel our bodies? Mm-hmm. So going back and understanding now how you're eating, what you're eating, when you're eating, these are 3 major concepts in learning and understanding if these types of foods are going to heal and or harm your body. So foods, and I'm coming more from a nutritional standpoint now, because I do believe that our foods, when you have a clearer gut, when your liver is not congested, okay, I believe that we can absorb the proper vitamins, nutrients, and minerals from our foods. And when I speak about foods here, I'm speaking about whole food nutrition. So what does that mean? Whole food nutrition are your fruits and vegetables, your whole grains. Simple as that. No additives, no preservatives, no fructose, no sugars, none of that added stuff that is going to increase inflammation in your body, increase mucus, parasites, candida, you name it. Okay, we want to rid all of that. So when I speak about is your food harming or healing, it is to come back and to understand what is it truly that you are putting in your mouth? How are you feeding your body? And at the end of the day, how is it that you want to feel? A lot of us will eat certain types of foods, and guess what happens? We get lethargic after. We feel tired. We feel low energy. Mm-hmm. Why is that? Let's change that. So let's bring more awareness into what we're feeding our bodies, how we're feeding our bodies, when we're feeding our bodies, rather than just saying, okay, well, I'm just going to eat this and eat that because, let's say you are in a state or a place maybe of lack, of low energy, and you're going to continue to feed your body or to go through that low vibrational cycle because that is a comfort zone for you. That's all you may know at that moment in time.
Thank you. Because, the name of this show is High Frequency Healing. And that is exactly what high frequency healing means. It's not just doing something energetically, and that is also important, but it's not just about something etheric. It's also about these things that are tangible, that we are consuming every day, that is really helping us to heal this body, to heal who we are, and heal the way we are living this human existence. So I do believe that this is one of the topics that really needs to be like headlights everywhere, schools, universities, for the government, in politics, because this is really changing the way we vibrate and the way we are thinking, acting, and feeling. And that creates a different resonance around us, a different frequency vibration around us, because everything starts inside.
That's right. That's right.
Keisha, how is all this work helping to some of these most common illnesses today? Chronic fatigue and depression.
Wow, you said the D word, the deep dark hole. Well, again, so one of the things that I've realized, and there's definitely a correlation of what you eat. You know, you've heard the term, you are what you eat.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to take it a step further and say you are what you absorb. You are what you ingest. And I say this because many of us, we will eat food. And this has to do with, in relation to chronic fatigue or ailments or illnesses such as depression, okay? Or symptoms of depression and things like that. We are what we absorb. So you can turn around, you can eat anything, you know, whether it's a box of cookies, some frozen something, pizza, or whatever it may be. Okay, versus eating something that's fresh, something that you prepare yourself. At the end of the day, how is it that it is raising your vibrational pattern? But not only that, how is it actually feeding and fueling your body? So what do I mean by that? So again, going back to that whole, how is it that you want to feel? How the foods in which you're eating, what is it doing for your body? Is it lowering your vibration or is it raising your vibrational patterns? And I mean, some people, you know, may say like, well, Keisha, how do you know? Again, it's how you feel at the end of the day. Are you feeling, you know, after you eat something, are you feeling lethargic? Are you feeling fatigued? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling irritable? Or are you feeling more joyous, more energized?
Yeah.
Right? These are things that we need to do. We need to actually get back to a feeling, get back to yourself, within yourself, and how is it that you want to feel, and match that with food. Because again, when you are eating something of a low vibration, so when I speak about low vibrational foods, I'm speaking about foods with additives, preservatives, chemicals, all of that, GMOs, all of that, okay? Those are low vibrational foods for me. And at the end of the day, how much nutrients are you actually absorbing from that? You know, what are the vitamins, the nutrients, the minerals that you are actually receiving from those types of foods that are now needed? Body. Exactly. It's so minimal, or sometimes none, right? Because it's a lot of man-made garbage that's in there. Versus now, if you're turning around and you're cooking your own foods, let's say, you know, or you're using foods, let's say you're using, again, going back to whole food nutrition. So using everything at its most natural state as possible. That's what whole food nutrition looks like for me. And with that being said, it's assisting to raise your vibrational patterns. It's assisting to with the absorption of vital nutrients, minerals, enzymes, all of that. And I want to make something clear as well. I have, you know, being here in Toronto, living in Toronto, Canada, I noticed one thing. So we have winter. Okay, it gets cold.
Yeah, really cold.
Right, exactly. So at the end of the day, because we don't have a lot of sun, one of the requirements is to take vitamin D, right? And vitamin D has been linked to many, many ailments, such as, you know, lack of vitamin D. Like there's the rise of prostate cancer in men. You see also the rise of depression and little things like that. This is what I'm saying. If we just do little things to assist ourselves daily, baby steps. Nobody's saying, you know, it's going to happen in a day. Nobody, you know, just take time for yourself, take a step back, and just do things that make you feel better about yourself and make you fall in love again with yourself. You know, and I find, again, you know, going back to like the vitamin D, for instance, because we lack the sun, and it's gloomy out here, you know, there's times where honestly, you don't want to get out of bed. It's very, very difficult sometimes. And little things like that can lead to, you know, that deep, dark hole known as depression. It's like you get lethargic. You don't want to move. You don't want to do it. You don't even want to cook. So guess what you do? You just order in food because it's just so easy and it's comfortable. Mm-hmm. Right? So I feel what's important here is to always check in with yourself every single day. Check in with yourself. If it's 2-3 times a day, whatever it may look like, check in with yourself. Ask yourself, hey, how is it that you're doing? Right? How is it that I'm feeling? Well, I'm feeling low. Okay, why is it that I'm feeling low? Change that. Switch that up. And also eat foods that make you feel great, that just make you feel satiated at the end of the day, where you're like, oh, that was such a great meal and I could eat more. Mm-hmm. It's all about that feeling and that gut feeling. And you will always know, because your gut will tell you, no, that gut feeling, I shouldn't be eating that, or I should eat this, or, just listen. We need to listen to ourselves more.
Yeah. And I would say what I usually say to my clients and the people that I have the blessing to work with: do not believe us, do not believe her. Just try, verify, just do it for how long, Keisha? A week or 2 weeks or a month, just to start seeing the results?
Yeah, correct. Well, for instance, I have a 21-day program that I'm doing with, several clients right now. It's a detox program. Again, and in 21 days, remember, you can make or break a habit in 21 days.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I mean, I've seen clients within 3 days make a huge difference, a healthier weight management, you name it. And some clients, 3 weeks. So it all depends on how much energy you want to put in to yourself. That's what it comes to at the end of the day. It's not about anybody else. It's about you.
Oh, I love that. And I love that you are just already doing it with some of your clients and they are seeing the results. It's not just that Keisha told me, this book said, I am experiencing in my own gut that this is true and that I need to start thinking in a different way if I really want to raise my vibration. I think that's awesome that you have that program. And please, if you want more information about the program, remember you can contact Keisha, and we're going to repeat her information when we're finishing this interview. So Keisha, let's close this. And I think that you have shared many things already, but let's go to the point and share with us just 2 steps or 2 tips for anyone to start their healing process when elevating their chi energy.
Perfect. So to begin in elevating your chi energy, drink water.
Perfect.
Very first thing, drink water. Why? Because you need to start flushing your digestive system. That's very, very important, right? Energy, they say energy goes where, I say energy goes where water flows, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we need to start moving that old feces, old shit out of us and start to replenish our bodies and hydrate. Keep your body hydrated, right? So definitely drink water is what I would say. You can add some lemon into that and really spark that colon and get yourself going again, alkalinizing the body. Mm-hmm. And as well, and I can say, of course, as a culinary nutritionist, the first thing I'm going to be like, oh, eat great food. As a culinary nutritionist, make sure you're intaking, proper whole food nutrition, so your whole grains, your fruits and vegetables. But I'm going to take it a step further here. And I'm also going to say this. I'm going to say breathe. Yeah. Breathe. Right? And I'm saying breathe because with breath, it actually starts our metabolical processes within the body, chemical reactions. And it also assists with our digestive processes when we just take time to breathe. Because when we breathe, we connect with our gut, with our large intestine as well. And you're able to release, I've found in my own personal experience, whatever it may look like, whether it's prayer, whether it's meditation, whether it's yoga, any kind of whatever it may look like, but just take deep breaths, deep breaths, and just be able to center yourself and reconnect with yourself. That's what I would say. And of course, whole food nutrition.
Yes. But I love those 3 tips. Water, breathe, and whole food nutrition. I think that's the key. And obviously, if you don't feel you're ready to move into the whole food nutrition, at least start with water and breathing consciously. Keisha, let's remind listeners where they can go to find out more about you, and especially more about those 21 days to heal your body.
Yeah. So you can check out my website, www.keishaluke.com. As well as you can follow me on Instagram and my other social media, which is at Keisha Nutrition. Twitter is Keisha Luke, and my Facebook is Keisha Luke Nutrition and Catering. And for those of you who are interested in my 21-day detox program, because it is a personal one-on-one program that we do, and I do this with clients around the world. We don't have to be face-to-face. With that, for anybody who would like further information, please send me an email at keisha@keishaluke.com. My email is also on my website as well, okay? For all of those who are interested, we will start with a discovery call and see perhaps, if we resonate and if we can take that journey together.
That's awesome. I may be one of them, Keisha. I love that.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your healing superpower with us and all of this marvelous, fantastic, and impactful experience with food through your body, so you can really elevate your high frequency and you can really work on your spiritual path being in this third dimensional world.
AngelaMaría, thank you so much. Thank you so very much for having me. I appreciate it.
And thank you all of you for joining us. I am AngelaMaría, Conscious Creation. Change actions, shift energy to live heaven down here on earth. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Are you ready to discover your superpowers? Go now to superpowerexperts.com and take the Superpower quiz today.